what to react to, what not to respond to, what not to react to, what's important, what's not important. But start to become clearer the longer you live. And that's a beautiful thing, because in that lessons in life lies growth and development. And that's what life is all about, growth and development, whether you like it or not. That's why there's a thing called growing pain. Sometimes when you're growing, you don't like the process. You don't like what's happening. You don't like what is transpiring during your growth. But whether you know it or not, it's growth. And I find it fascinating, and I find it to be a beautiful thing. So tonight, we're starting a little later than I normally, but time is relative because, I'm on Eastern Standard Time, but right now somebody's on the other side of the world. So, everybody's on different time structures, different time frames, and different time zones. So I digress. Tonight on Financial Fitness Friday, I got a fantastic message. And if you want to grow in life, and if you want to level up in life, if you want to be all the things that you say you want to be. Many people say a lot of things. You can say, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to be this, I want to be that. When you're a kid, you walk around saying, I want to be this and I want to be that. And then you grow older and then you become an adult and you still have goals, dreams, and aspirations. But there's a big difference in saying what you want to be, saying what you want to do, saying what you want to accomplish, and actually accomplishing it. There's a process to go from the thought, the feeling, to the actualization. But there's one key ingredient you're going to need if you actually going to accomplish the things that you say you want to accomplish. Tonight's session is about that. And we're going to get into it. So, welcome. And thank you for joining me on another episode of Financial Fitness Friday with D.E. Wilder. I am D.E. Wilder, and I'm so happy that you're here to join me. Let's get going. Cultivating a profound, unwavering conviction in the arc of one's own future. It's not just beneficial, but fundamentally, it's essential. This isn't merely idle optimism. It's a profound internal compass that steers deliberate action and sustained effort. It's beautifully encapsulated and then encapsulate the essence of a powerful idiom. You bet your bottom dollar. A phrase that doesn't just speak to confidence, but to an absolute, unreserved commitment. Now, personally, this isn't simply a turn of a phrase, but in fact, it embodies my core philosophy. It signifies a complete and utter investment intellect, energy, and resources into shaping my desired outcome. It's a affirmation of certainty that the future and my future success the success that I envision is not merely just hope, but an inevitable culmination of an unwavering belief and relentless dedication and passion that I have for what I say I want to do. You bet your bottom dollar, the currency of self-belief is our conversation for tonight. So welcome again, family, friends, and fraternal souls. This is your brother in growth and partner in purpose. I am D.E. Wilder, and I'm happy you're here to join me. As always, take a deep breath. This is going to be a journey. This is going to be a ride. Take a deep breath for a reflective moment. Let it settle in for just 1 second. Because today we're not just talking about certainty. We're talking about the kind of belief that makes a person stand tall and declare to the world, you bet your bottom dollar I will succeed. Not because life is easy, not because the road is smooth, but because I decided who I am becoming. Let's take that in and sit with you. You are making the determination of who you are and your future destination, not the world. So what is the meaning behind the idiom? What does it really mean to bet your bottom dollar? Because historically, your bottom dollar was your last dollar, the final piece of currency you had to your name. So someone says, you can bet your bottom dollar. If you heard someone say that, they were saying, I am so certain, I am willing to risk everything on this belief. Now let's bring that forward. What if your bottom dollar is not about money, but actually about your faith in yourself? What if your greatest asset is not your bank account, but in your mindset account? Take a moment and ask yourself, what do I truly believe? Do I truly believe in myself? When things get hard, do I fold or do I double down? Because belief is the first currency of success. So now, let's look at the convergence of confidence as currency. Your mindset determines your wealth. There are people who are millionaires who still feel broke inside. There are people with very little who walk around like they already own their own future. What's the difference? Why? Simply because of confidence. Confidence is a form of currency. And when you say, I bet my bottom dollar I will succeed professionally and financially, you are issuing a personal guarantee of your future. And here's the truth about that. the world often responds to it. It responds to you, your action, your behavior, your confidence in yourself. The world responds to how deeply you believe in yourself, not your resume, not your background, not your circumstances, but simply your conviction. Let's take another moment, a reflective moment. If you want to close your eyes, you can. Repeat this to yourself. You can do it out loud or subconsciously. I believe in my ability to grow. I trust my journey. I will bet on me every time. Now pause and allow for that energy to set in. Feel that energy, that belief in oneself. Betting on yourself in difficult times will be a challenge. Because it's easy to believe when everything is going right. But the real test comes when money is low, the opportunities are scarce, and the doubt that you're feeling inside is loud. That's when your bottom dollar moment truly shows up. That's when you must say, even now, especially now, I still bet on me. Because success is not built on perfect days. It is built on persistent belief during imperfect times. You don't need certainties to have a certain outcome. You just need certainties in yourself. Fact of the matter. So, professional and financial confidence. Let's speak this into existence clearly, because this is all about mindset. I will bet my bottom dollar that I can and will succeed both professionally and financially. Mindset, remember, mindset is everything. Not maybe, not someday, not if everything is all right today, but because I am committed to that belief, that principle, and that belief in myself. Professional success comes from showing up consistently, learning continuously, and executing relentlessly. Financial success comes from discipline, strategy, patience, ownership. But none of it works without a core principle, and that's belief. Because belief fuels action, and action builds results. Excuse me. So, as I'm establishing that it's all about mindset, some people are not there. Some people are inundated with everything that's happening around them and happening to them. So they haven't mustered up the confidence yet to believe in themselves over and above any situation. To get to that point, you're going to have to rewrite your inner dialogue. I had a conversation before, previous session, about self-talk, inner thoughts, and how that affects everything that you do. And this point speaks to that principle. Because some of us have been conditioned to doubt ourselves For some people, that's all they know. All they know is to hesitate, to second guess, to play small. But today, we're going to shift that narrative. Mindset shift, people, mindset shift. We're going to shift that narrative from I hope I can to I know I will. From I'll try to I commit. From I'm not sure to you can bet your bottom dollar on me. That is an unwavering commitment and a next level confidence in oneself. There comes a moment in every life where the question is no longer will it happen, but rather do I believe enough in myself to make it happen? And in that very moment, you must reach deep within yourself, beyond fear, beyond doubt, beyond hesitation. You must be able to make a declaration that I am my greatest investment. I am my most valuable asset. I will not sell myself short. So go forward in this very moment with conviction in your walk, clarity in your vision, power in your voice. And when life challenges you, and trust me, it will, you'll stand firm and you'll look the challenges straight in the eye and you'll say loud and clear, you can bet your bottom dollar I will succeed. Welcome once again to Financial Fitness Friday with D.E. Wilder. I'm D.E. Wilder. This is Financial Fitness for your future, and we got a powerful conversation tonight. Stay with me. Stay with me. We're going into the second part. This is you bet your bottom dollar, the discipline beyond the declaration. Okay? Anyone can say something, but now you got to be something. You got to be what you say you're going to be. More than talk. So let's go. Let's take a breath. Let's have our moment. And now let's go forward. Because in part one, you made the declaration. I bet my bottom dollar on myself. You said you could bet your bottom dollar that you will succeed. But today, we will answer the real question. What does it take to back up that statement? Because belief without discipline is just a beautiful idea. Anyone can have ideas. And today we turn that belief into a lived reality. You got to be able to do it. You got to be about it. So what is the cost of this level of confidence? Every declaration requires a payment. There's the old saying. Don't write a check that you can't cash. So when you say, I bet my bottom dollar on myself, you are making a commitment. But understand this. Every commitment has a cost. And it's not always money. It's not always green cash. But sometimes it's in time. It's in sacrifice. It's in consistency. It's in focus. And it's in emotional resilience. The question is not, do you believe you can succeed? The real question is, are you willing to pay the price for that belief? Because only you can answer that question for yourself. Only I can answer that question for myself. So take that in and pause for a moment. Why? Because confidence is not free. It's earned through repeated acts of discipline. Confidence comes from, I know. I'm not thinking. I'm not hoping. I'm not believing. I know. So, what happens when discipline is the true currency? Ooh. Come on, people. This is a mindset shift. New way of thinking. Okay? Whatever they taught you in school, you're going to have to start throwing that stuff out the window. We're in a new world now. We're in a new world. We're in a new time. Change the way you think. Okay? Motivation gets you started. It's beautiful to be motivated, but discipline keeps you going. Motivation feels good. It's exciting. It's energizing. It's powerful. But in time, it fades. But discipline shows up when you don't feel like it. Discipline says, get up anyway. Do the work anyway. Stay focused anyway. When you truly bet on yourself, you don't rely on how you feel today, how you feel in the moment. You rely on what you have decided you were going to become. And that identity, because it becomes an identity, that identity demands consistency. When you start going to the next level in your growth and development, you will start holding yourself accountable. If you say it shall be done, you have to do it. Only you can hold yourself accountable. Take that in for a moment. Ask yourself this honestly. Where am I consistent? Where do I start? Where do I start something, but I don't finish? Where am I relying on motivation instead of consistency and discipline? Think about that. And let's have a reflective moment while you think about that. Because we all fall short. They always say it. We all fall short in the sight. Answer this to yourself quietly. Am I honoring my commitment to myself? Do I always follow through? Am I disciplined in my purpose? We all human, so we can all fall short. Once you have answered that honestly to yourself, then you will know where your work begins. This is what I need to do. This is what I need to start doing. This is what I need to start focusing on. Once you're honest with yourself, let's keep going. If you're going to be honest about where you need to begin, the things you need to do, you're going to have to first be honest about how to eliminate those distractions and the things that forces you to be less than focused or not as focused as you can be. Protecting your bottom dollar energy. You made the declaration. Now you got to keep it up. Because if you believe in yourself and you believe in your bottom dollar, then your focus is how am I going to protect that bottom dollar? Because distractions are the silent thieves of destiny. They don't come loudly. They don't come raging and roaring in. They don't announce themselves and hold up a sign to say, I'm here to distract you and to steal your future promise. They show up as scrolling instead of building, talking instead of executing, doubting instead of deciding. You cannot bet on yourself and gamble your time away at the same time. That's oxymoronic. So today we adopt, like I said, a new mindset. That mindset so happened to be another previous session I've had. If you get a chance, D Wilder One on YouTube, and you can see the long form of all my previous conversations in my sessions. Because the new mindset is going to require zero tolerance and zero distractions. Zero tolerance, zero distraction for the things that do not serve your growth. It's not about perfection. This is about intentional focus. Professional development requires professional execution. Winning in your career through discipline. Let's bring this into your professional life. Professional realm is what they say. Success is not about talent. It's not only about talent. Talent is necessary, but it's not about that. Success is not just about talent. It's about executing something consistently and having the discipline to do it consistently. When you win professionally, you will, well, let's put it this way. When you win professionally, you will start delivering at a level that it will be a standard that you will maintain even when no one's watching. This goes back to accountability. You have to keep yourself accountable. So when no one's around, when you're sitting alone, you still are pushing yourself to maintain a certain level. You will improve even when no one is asking you or challenging you to be better. You will lead even when no one has assigned you to be the leader. You don't wait for someone to say, you should do this, you should lead, you got to do that. You don't wait for opportunity. Each and every day should be a preparation for the opportunity. It's impossible to get prepared for said opportunity at the very moment the opportunity presents itself. Impossible. You have to be ready before the opportunity presents itself. You have to have that mindset and truly believe, I will succeed. You start acting like success is already in front of you. You start acting like the success that you're thinking about has already materialized. Mindset shift. Okay. Next, financial discipline and ownership. Whether you know it or not, holding yourself accountable, and that accountability word is married to ownership, because it's taking ownership of whatever it is that you do. And when you have that mindset that I am responsible for this, then you automatically have that accountability mindset in place. Because building wealth through intentional action is what it's about. Now let's talk about financial confidence. It's not about earning more. It's about earning more, but it's not only about earning more, but it's about managing what you earn. There's a lot of people who earn a lot, but find a way to lose it. Can't always keep it. Because here's the truth. You cannot bet your bottom dollar on your success if you are careless with your actual dollar and actual currency that you earn. Financial discipline looks like spending with intention, saving with purpose, investing with patience, learning continuously. Previous sessions, once again, learning is lifelong. Adopt the understanding that learning is lifelong. The day you stop learning is the day you stop growing. And in these ever-changing times, you're going to have to learn something new every day. That should be your challenge. I know this mine. Because wealth is not built overnight. It's built through consistent discipline, decisions that happens each and every day and over time. And every dollar that you manage wisely is a vote for your future self, whether you know it or not. We're going to also have to require, as we grow and develop, an identity shift. Because the world is changing, the environment is changing, the landscape is changing, the tools are changing, everything is changing. You're going to have a mindset shift and an identity shift, and you have to become the person who wins. At some point, you have to stop trying to succeed and start being someone who actually will succeed. Become the person that you want to be. That's the shift. Not, I'm working on it, but this is who I am. Whoever you proclaim to be, you have to be that every day, always. You have to say, I am disciplined. I am focused. I am consistent. I follow through on the things that I say I'm going to do. When your identity aligns with your declaration, success is no longer a question. Not anymore. It becomes inevitable. Think about that. Why? Because you made the promise. You made the declaration. You could bet your bottom dollar, I will succeed. Not to the world, really. That's not a declaration for everybody else. That's a declaration for yourself. A promise that says, I will not quit on me. And now you understand that that promise has requirements. You can't just make a declaration. There's action that goes behind that. It requires your time, your effort, your discipline, your sacrifice. But most of all, it requires your honesty. You have to be honest with yourself. That's where it all starts. You know, someone could say, hey, I'm going to do this, do that, and don't have anything that will put them in a position to do it. You have to be honest with yourself. You have to know where you're at, because if you know where you're at, then now you will know what you're going to need to get where you need to go. Because when no one is watching, when no one is clapping, when no one is there to encourage you, that's when your bottom dollar belief in yourself is truly tested. So stand firm and stay committed. And remember, you are not hoping for success. You are building that success. One disciplined decision at a time. That's what it takes. Remember, baby steps, people. Baby steps. One step at a time. We don't have to build Rome overnight, so to speak. So if this message moves you, share it with someone who needs that reminder. That belief must be backed up by action. Because when your belief and discipline comes together, there is no limit on what you can create. Always, always bet on yourself. Then prove it to yourself daily. Sometimes it's easier said than done, but that's what it's going to take. You got to prove it to yourself daily. Once again, holding yourself accountable. Let's go to the final conversation. Final conversation. This is bet your bottom dollar. I bet my bottom dollar that I will succeed. Faith, legacy, and the long game. Listen, man, I'm dropping gems tonight. I'm dropping gems. And if someone don't catch it, I don't know what to tell you. Because the truth is, once you change your mindset and you come to the right mental understanding, there is nothing that you can't do. There is nothing that you can't do. And as you adopt that mindset, the right mindset, you're going to see that these words are absolutely true. So let's continue on this journey. Once again, a reflective moment. Take a breath, take a time as we take it in. Because this is the final chapter of a powerful declaration that you made, that I made to myself, that you made to yourself. You said, you can bet your bottom dollar I will succeed. You backed it up with discipline. And now we ask a deeper question. What is all this success for? If someone makes a declaration, you can bet your bottom dollar that I will succeed. Why? What is all that success for? Because success without purpose is just accumulation. Success with purpose becomes a lasting legacy. So now we play the long game. And for you to play the long game, once again, mindset shift. It's going to require the long game mindset. Success beyond immediate gratification. We live in a world right now where everything is right now. I need it right now. I want it right now. I can get it right now. Instant results, quick wins, fast recognition. But the real success, the kind that you can bet your bottom dollar on, is built in the long game. Why? Because the long game says, I am willing to wait. I am willing to grow. I am willing to endure, because I am building something that will outlast a moment. Something that will outlast this moment. Reflective moment. Ask yourself, am I chasing a quick win? Or am I building lasting impact? Because whether you know it or not, there's a stark difference. Difference between the two. Faith, when results are invisible. This is part of the long game. Believing before you can see it. There will be a season in your life, in everyone's life, where nothing seems to be working right. You're not going to escape it. There will be a moment in time in your life where nothing seems to be working right. There's no recognition, no immediate rewards, no visible progress. And this is where most people quit. This is the very moment in those times where people give up and give in and let go. But not you, not me, because we made that declaration. I bet my bottom dollar. Because when you say, I bet my bottom dollar, you are betting on what you see. In fact, when you say, I'm betting on my bottom dollar, you're not betting on what you see. You're betting on what you know inside. You are betting on what you know. Because faith is blind Faith is anchored in belief. And even when the evidence haven't caught up yet, you still believe. You still have the faith. Think to yourself, where in my life do I need stronger faith? Remember, as we are part of this growth and development in life, it constantly requires self-reflecting moments. It constantly requires you to look within. Ask yourself these thought-provoking questions. Because when you ask these questions to yourself, at some point you have to answer these questions. So where in my life do I need stronger faith? Where am I expecting results too quickly? Can I stay committed to what I'm saying I want to do, even when things are slow or quiet or feel like it's not moving? It's important to ask yourself those questions because you're going to be tested for the answer. So in those moments, you can use these affirmations. I trust the process. I honor the timing. I remain committed to my vision. Very important. Why? Because now you're going to have the turning point in your success legacy. Because it's bigger. It's much bigger than you. At some point, your success stops being just about you, and it becomes about who you impact, who you inspire, what you leave behind. Legacy is not just about financial. It's about knowledge that is passed down, value that is instilled, mindset that is transferred. I had a whole session, a lot of sessions, about mindset transfer. That was in my legacy and wealth. It was shirt sleeve to shirt sleeve, where wealth is lost in 3 generations because people leave wealth, but they don't leave the right mindset and understanding. Very important. Phew. Whew. I'm dropping gems today. Dropping gems today. I don't know if y'all ready for this. Because true wealth is not what you keep. It's what continues beyond your existence. Let's keep going. Financial and professional legacy thinking. Back to mindset, people. Building for generations, not just for the moment. Professionally, not just for the moment. Legacy means building systems that last, mentoring others, very important to give back, creating opportunities beyond yourself, creating opportunities for others. Financial legacy means teaching financial literacy, practicing discipline in your wealth building, creating sustainability, not just success for the moment. Because here's the truth. Money without understanding does not last. We've seen it happen time and time and time again. But knowledge paired with discipline creates generational impact. So when you say, I will succeed financially, also say, I will understand, manage, and multiply what I built. Mindset. Have those affirmations. Believe it, live it. Internal promises. We all make promises, but the biggest and most important promise is the one that we make to ourselves. Because again, you got to hold yourself accountable. A commitment that cannot be broken. At the core of it all, it's a promise. Not one that you made out loud to the world, but one that you feel deeply within inside yourself. A promise that says, I will not quit. I will not settle. I will not shrink for anyone. At some point, we may have all done it, but I will not do that anymore. Even when it's hard, even when it's slow, Even when no one is looking and can see me, I will continue because I have already decided. You can bet your bottom dollar on me. That's not just an idiom. That's not just words. That's something that you got to believe. So there is a version of you already living the life that you are working towards. They are disciplined. They are focused. They are grounded in belief. And they are waiting for you to fully step into who you already are. Your true self is waiting to introduce itself to you. This journey was never about proving anything to anybody else or the world. It's about proving something to yourself. Proving that you can believe. Proving that you can endure. Proving that you can build and that you can rise ultimately. Not just for the moment, but for your lifetime. So stand tall in your declaration that you can bet your bottom dollar. Walk boldly in your purpose and remember that this is not just about success, not just about currency, not just about finances. This is about who you are becoming in your process of growth and development and who you will become will echo far beyond your life and your lifetime. You got to believe it. You have to believe it. So I just gave you a 3-part journey, if you will. And I hope that 3-part journey spoke to your spirit. If it did, tell someone who needs to be reminded of their strength, of their discipline, and of their purpose. Because when you believe deeply, if you believe deeply, you start to act consistently and think long term. We don't just succeed, but we create impact. Bet on yourself, build with intention, and leave something meaningful behind as your legacy. This message is going to resonate with someone. And if it does, you share it. You share it with someone who may not know their own power. Some people may say we're living in uncertain times. And when you live in uncertain times, people start to feel uncertain. So there's a lot of people right now who don't know their own gifts, their own power. So if you believe for them, because belief is contagious. And when one of us rises, we create space for others to rise as well. This is your moment. This is your declaration. Bet on yourself every single day. This message resonated with you, it made a difference. Please share it with someone who needs to hear it. In partner, stay rooted, stay blessed, and keep living life with kindness, clarity, and purpose. I am D. Wilder. This is Financial Fitness Friday, focusing on financial fitness for the future. I bid you peace and blessings. Whew. Thank you guys for joining me. I got to get this out. It's like I got something inside of me, something I want to say, something I want to share with the world, and I got to get it out. I don't care if it's 1 million or one person. I got to get it out because it's for somebody. And trust me, when it captured that person who is for, there is no telling what they can do. Peace and blessings. Enjoy your weekend. Oh my God.
You had a lot of people on tonight.
Woo, 504 people.
Mm-hmm.
Woo, wait.
And what's interesting, you had 6 steady people, and they stayed on. 2 would drop off. 2 would drop. You understand? And this is one guy. His name was like Tamlin, something like that. He stayed a long time.
Woo.
Mm-hmm. And people started joining. He cut them off.
That's progress.
And
I cut them off. What do you mean?
Because you ended it. Somebody was.
Oh well, you be on all night then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not my problem if you join late.
Somebody came on and said, "What we talking about?" But yep, you're responding. Someone says, "Trust in the Lord."
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. So
that's progress.
How did we get here?
How do we get where?
With the numbers.
Huh?
So what happened? People ain't got nothing to do tonight?
I guess so. But we're just Financial Friday. We always on Friday, so or maybe it's a message. I don't know. Sometimes it's the message.
That was a good message. And it was upbeat. It was energetic. You know.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to keep. I'm even want to interject some humor into it. That's why I laugh here and there and stuff like that. I don't want it to be so serious and so. Yeah, I don't want it to be so serious. I want people to know, hey, we can laugh at the moment. We can laugh at ourselves as we're growing and as we're developing. If you say, "Oh, ask yourself, have you not done something?" Well, yes, I have, but then that's not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. You have a chance to correct it. So it's not that serious. Let's keep moving. The most important part is to keep moving. I wish I would have known that sooner.
Now, how do you know how many people then join? Like, do you go to your?
No, after it's done, as soon as you stop it, it shows your statistic. So it shows right away how many you had on, how many comments, and all those. And this one, I finished late. I didn't even finish it correctly.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah, me too. That's why I'm saying that we have to shift from this, because although people are coming in and people are listening, they're not giving no coins. Not that I'm waiting for no coins or anything. And so it's like all of the elements of TikTok I'm not really benefiting from. So I don't have to do it this way. I can do it the TikTok way, the Zoom way, record it, and then ultimately it goes all places. It goes to YouTube, it goes to TikTok, Instagram, and LinkedIn, wherever. Right? So I don't have to put my pressure on myself to say, okay, Friday at 10, Sunday at no. We do it anytime. Matter of fact, I'll block out a session and maybe do 2 sessions in one in the afternoon. Right? Until now it's all done. So this is where we got to go with that.